All right, here's September 12th. This is okay. This Regina. If I get a schedule award with a Social Security disability, take all of that. They have formulas. So when you get your schedule, if you're on Social Security, you get your schedule award, you report it to Social Security, and they will put it through their formula and come up with some magic numbers. All right, now this is Robert from Oregon. My son lives in Oregon. Okay, have 10% for tinnitus. I wish to file a secondary claim for hypertension. Absolutely. We got lots of medical literature and case law that tinnitus contributes to hypertension and strokes and heart attacks too. Also, you have depression and anxiety. And did a C&P exam. They denied PTSD. How do you feel that decision? You come in here, we'll do a Nexus report and get it appealed. You don't go back and appeal to the same people that turned you down. You get a new doctor's opinion that says the right words the correct way and gives the common sense medical rationale of how you've got PTSD. I had in the Air Force, the doctors that are taking occupational medicine, board certified flight surgeons, they're taking occupational medicine residency, to get some more letters besides their name, are required to spend a day here because they all write down the best thing in a 3-year residency. Well, anyway, we're seeing a vet, and we've got this pretty blonde doctor, and one of the things he put down on there was PTSD. She was snickered. She just went, huh? Said, sit down, bitch. I'm going to teach you some medicine. I got Mama in the minivan with her kids correctly strapped in, and she's at the red light, and the light turns green. She doesn't hit the accelerator. She starts to, and a big red pickup runs through that red light. Is she going to have a surge of cortisol, norepinephrine? These are stress chemicals. Of course. Is it going to fix that day in her brain? Of course. She's going to avoid that corner, of course. When she says big red pickup, she's going to have a fit? Yes. That's PTSD. It has nothing to do with your mother loves you. It's not a psychological illness. It's a chemical change in the brain. If I give you the wrong dose of adrenaline for your asthma, you'll remember that day the rest of your life. So PTSD is, like I had a Ranger, 2 tours and everything else. What gave him his PTSD, he got off, this is Vietnam, he got off the plane in Los Angeles, a long-haired hippie with a baby in her arms, spit on him, and called him a baby killer. That gave him PTSD. I had a Navy SEAL, handled all that stuff. When we came back, he was doing burials at sea. That gave him PTSD. I mean, if you're the guy that has to bring a flag up to somebody's door, if you worked at Arlington Cemetery, I'm right 100%. That's just smooth. Wow, thank you for doing that. Okay, Michael, where do I go get a Nexus letter about mental health problems? I had this PTSD problem. I was trying to keep my rank. Of course, you don't. When you're in the service, you don't mention anything like that. So you can go to the VA and ask for treatment, and that will produce a medical documentation. Or if you got anybody diagnosed it anywhere else, the more people diagnose it, the more likely you're going to get it. And then, and your PTSD, we could do that. I mean, I'm a fellow vet, and I'll tell you, you used to hurt my feelings when they shoot at me. Yeah, okay. Stephen from Pennsylvania, Air Force, 81. Okay, hit by a car, on his bicycle, hospital, treated for contusion, the head and left knee. Left service, denial letter in 84. Great. Now, so remember, you filed all this stuff in 1984. So once you finally get it approved, the VA has to go all the way back to 1984 and pay you forward. It's called a Niemeyer. Don't ever let anybody file a new claim. You want to get the old claim accepted. That's a lot of money. Okay. But two left knee surgeries, and of course you got discouraged with all the denials. Meniscus tear, 10% for tinnitus, and 10% for tinnitus. So your knee and your brain ought to be covered, and probably your neck. Headaches, yeah, that's covered. Insomnia is covered. Sleep apnea is covered if you got a neck pain from that wreck. You got hit by a car on a bicycle. Sure. And of course, you don't have any medical records. You don't need any. But if you tell me what happened and I believe it, then I write that history down. That's your medical record. So, because in the service, no one goes to the doctor. You get them put on KP. Or if you're an officer, you can't go to the doctor because it hurts your records. It's just like as a flight surgeon, I never saw a pilot in the office except for their yearly physical. The way you treat them is out on the flight line or at the bar. Doc, I got this friend. I said, give your friend this and tell him to go to the clinic and pick this up. That's just how things have. That has to be done.
Automatic.
Well, yeah,
fly,
they're not.
right?
They don't need to be grounded. Although I will tell you about one guy I did ground. He was a captain. We're assault helicopter group in Nam, and he comes in and he's shaking. I mean, he's bouncing off the wall. So I give him a shot of Valium. Said, "You go lay down." So this is the story he tells. He walks. These are wooden buildings, the hooch. He walks in the hooch, and a big old grasshopper that with wings like about that flies by and ruffles him. See. So he reaches down. He lays on the bunk. And a snake crawls over Tuss's tummy and between him and the wall. Doc, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared to death snakes. But he lifts up the cot, and hanging on those springs is a bat, and it flies by his head. He said, I don't know what I'm doing, Doc. He reaches for the snake. I don't know what I'm scared to death snakes. And a rat bites him. He's got 4 holes from the rat bite. So he gets 14 rabies shot, and the 21st day you get the booster shot. Well, about 2-3 days later, if you're listening, I apologize to you. We get a letter from Medical Corps, Republic of Vietnam. If it's a provoked rat attack, you don't have to get rabies because rats don't really carry rabies very much. But what he needed to know is he'll never die of rabies. But so, in fact, later he did file for it, and I had an attorney from Denver say it's the first time I saw PTSD diagnosed in the service. In psychology in the service, okay.
Well,
but we got it.
Do a lot there.
Oh yeah, but I mean, poor guy. Oh, I shouldn't laugh at him, but it was funny. Yeah, but it hurts feelings when they try to bomb you and shoot you, and it causes a surge of adrenaline, and that's different. That's not the mother not lives, not psychology. You treat it psychologically, and you treat it with psychological medicine, but it's a stress hormone. So bless you all, working for the government and working for the federal government and working for the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines and Coast Guard and all you guys.